when someone hurts you, especially when you know you have the upper hand, like you're the boss, or that person looks up to you or squats with you or something, you just have this feeling that payback is really going to be sweet. But the truth is, holding on to something someone did to you, holding to that hurt, that pain, does more harm than good to you. Days, weeks, for some years have gone by, but you're living in the past. You're still stuck in yesterday. I mean, you can't move forward. Even when you try to move forward, something just takes you back to yesterday. If you're the one I'm talking to, today is the day to set yourself free. Today is the day you give permission to yourself to move on with your life. Welcome everybody to another very exciting time on Real Talk with Tarila. My name is Tarila Gbesimi. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. Today is World Forgiveness Day, and I have here with me a very beautiful guest on the show. She's Mrs. Uwalma Ifechelobi. She's a very beautiful wife and a mother of two very lovely children. She is the CEO of Belmont Cakes. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Tarila, for having me.
And please don't go away. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back. Now, let me start with the offenders for today. Let me start with the offenders. Now, it's a kind of painful when someone hurts you and the person doesn't even know they hurt you. But we advise people to talk about it. If you feel hurt, just meet the person. Communication is key in every relationship. But there are some kind of people, you meet them to tell them, you hurt me. And the person gets to decide. I didn't hurt you. For crying out loud, I'm hurt. And I'm telling you, you hurt me. The person is trying to argue and say, how do we deal with those kind of people? And really, if you hurt someone, no, okay, let's say you don't even know you hurt someone, but someone meets you to tell you, I'm hurt. It's not for you to start deciding if you hurt the person. Because most times, those kind of things lead to a fight. Now, I'm trying to make peace to tell you, how do we deal with those kind of people?
Well, we need to understand that people are different.
Okay.
There are people that are difficult. So, for me, I think that in every situation, peace should reign. So when you've told the person that you were hurt by a particular action and the person is finding it difficult to understand where you're coming from, I think you should do yourself the favor of forgiving and letting go. Because when you forgive, the truth is that you are taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
When you're carrying things in your mind, your heart gets sick. And there's nothing as bad as, being sick at heart. There's no Panadol that can take care of it. You'll be there dying. You can come up with, different chronic diseases just because of unforgiveness. So I think you should be selfish. Think about yourself. Forgive the person so that you live your life freely.
But if this kind of scenario happens now, and letting you know you did something bad, now you're saying, okay, I'll let go. But what if that incident makes me not want to come close to you again? Now, I don't want to get close to you because I was really hurt. Now I'm trying to heal. So I don't even want to see you around. But I still don't have peace. Because you're my friend. Now, anybody can do anything to you, and it can go. But for me to get hurt, it means you mean a lot to me. Do you understand? So now I have to make do with that kind of relationship now. Okay, and is it not breaking relationships at the end of the day? Is it not going, okay, I'm trying to be fine, I'm fine, but what if, I have to ask, what if the person really is not fine? Can't you talk to the offender? I need you to talk to someone who feels strongly about something. Offender, you offended me. You don't. No, I'm saying this because I've heard of cases where maybe the person didn't really feel they did anything. Okay, I greeted you in the morning and you didn't answer me. And you greeted me back in the evening. I did not answer you. But I didn't feel hurt when you didn't do that, but you are feeling hurt. Now, because you're feeling hurt, do I have to determine, okay, I wasn't hurt, so you, therefore, you don't have to be hurt and all that? Fine, for me, I would try to let go. I would try, that's what you're trying to tell us now. Try to be selfish with your peace. It's about you and all. But what if it's so difficult? What if it has to do with a spouse? What if it has to do with a fiance? Now I'm going to be living with you in the same house. With a friend, okay, you can go home and I won't see you for the next 3 months. But with my husband or with a husband-to-be, how do I deal with such a scenario? Do I leave the relationship and just walk away since you don't want to say I'm sorry? That's sorry. I just want to hear you say I'm sorry. And you're finding it difficult to say sorry.
Okay, well, you can give it some time, allow the person to be in a good mood,
Okay.
and then you bring it up. And if that doesn't work, you can involve a third party, somebody the person respects.
Okay.
Just for the person to be able to explain to, your spouse.
Yeah, you're hurt.
You're hurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now, really, relationships are really very important, and for friendships, well, you can do without the other person. You can. I can relocate today and just go out and just let go. Not necessarily letting go, but because I don't see you often to feel that pain, it just dies down. But I'm talking about spouses now. Like she said, you have to go to a third party, someone the other person looks up to. Okay? Just think about these thoughts. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back. Like I said before, today is World Forgiveness Day. I'm very certain you have offended somebody, and I'm sure somebody has offended you. Well, I think I've offended most people. So today is the day to let go. But like we said before, if you're the offender, or maybe you feel you've not offended, but someone says, you hurt me, please just try to, even if you don't want to listen, just say I'm sorry and let it go, okay? But now we'll really be talking to the offended today, okay? And our guest is here and she will be doing, I think I've talked a lot. I think I've said more than, again, but really, what should the offended, right? Those that have been offended. Yeah. So really, it's so easy to say let go, but most people don't really understand what letting go is. Is letting go forgetting about what happened?
Letting go is not allowing what happened, keep you in a particular position. You may not forget, but when you remember it, it doesn't hurt so much. You just take it as an experience, you've learned from it and you've moved on. So as the offended, we need to learn to make excuses for people. You don't know as much as I do. I also don't know as much as you do. So there are some areas where I may be able to handle it better, and there are areas you may be able to handle better. So when people offend us, it will help us if we are able to make excuses for them. Okay, maybe she did this because she was having a bad day. Maybe she did this because something happened at work. That way it's easier to let go or not act.
Wait, I'm trying to I'm trying to speak someone's mind
Okay.
somewhere. What if this person does this thing like every time?
Okay.
What if this person does this? No, they say if someone bites you the first time, it's the person's fault. But if you allow that same person to bite, is it bite? To fool you, okay, again, the second time, then you are the fool. But when it has to do with something I really can't stand, and you do it over and over, is it that I should just go thinking I'm a fool? Is it not time for me to just draw the line? I don't want.
You need to let the person know. And if the person is
you've let the person know before.
okay, and the person is still doing
okay,
it.
there was this, okay, sorry. And the person does it, and the person keeps doing it.
You need to learn how to avoid the situation. You have to be wise in this, situation. You don't have to put yourself in a position where the person is hurting you constantly.
Okay.
So maybe you have to avoid the person a bit. That doesn't mean you haven't forgiven the person. Forgive the person, but you need to be wise. You need to protect yourself. You can't put yourself in a position where somebody is hurting you constantly.
I like the point where you said avoid. Take some time off. Just avoid the person. That would be easy to say when it has to do with friends. I mean, okay, there are some people we meet only on Sundays. There's some people we meet only on Fridays. And after I see you this Friday, I don't get to see you till the next Friday. After I see you Sunday, I don't get to see you till the next Sunday. It's fine. Can you avoid your husband? Is it possible to avoid your husband? Is it?
Well, it's not possible to avoid him as a person, but it's possible to avoid some situations.
Okay.
There may be things that will bring up disagreements in the house, and if you've noticed that this always comes up when something happens, you might be able to learn how to handle it in another way.
Okay.
I want to give an example of what I'm thinking of.
No, yeah, I think it should be fine to hear, because I'm trying to think of some situation now. Okay, let's say I'm this lady that I just like it when I love attention, and he knows I like the attention. He knows I'm married now. I'm talking about husband and wife now, and he knows I just love the attention, and I go. It might be something very nice. The thing is, when someone is hurt, it mustn't really be. You mustn't really think you did something big. It might be something very stupid. But the point I'm trying to make is someone is offended here. So, okay, now I love attention, and I'm like, oh. And after the work to make my hair and all that, he just doesn't notice, and I'm sad, and I'm angry. So because of that, he's talking to me, and I'm not really paying attention to what he's saying. So I'm like, so you happen to even notice that for the past 2 days I've been angry with you. Now that's a very bad. For you not to even know that you got me angry, it's already hurting me. But okay, it will fly. But now I'm like, I mean, you could have just said you look beautiful and all, and then he looks at me like, is that the reason why you've been angry for 2 days? And it works out. I'm like, okay. I will just pack my things and go to my mother's house first and just stay till I've calmed down. My mother will just chase me back to my house. Well, how do I now? And okay, and after a while, we get to settle, and he says sorry, and then it happens again, and then it happens again. Now teach me how to put myself in that situation. I am the person that I love attention. Now, how am I going to stop loving attention?
In this situation, I think it's quite simple. Okay, you already know that you love attention, but he overlooks things like this. So why will you put yourself in a position to be hurt? Why not come out looking good and say, am I not looking good?
Okay.
You can't joke around it. You don't have to get emotional about it, and start acting up and waiting for him to notice that you're angry. That way you're hurting yourself. You're putting yourself under a lot of pressure, with my little depression, with my little heart pain, and so many things. So I don't think it's worth it. You need to understand your spouse. Okay, he doesn't remember birthdays. Okay, before it's your birthday, just start talking about it.
Let's just hold that thought. So don't put yourself in a position where you have to be hurt over and over again. We'll be right back after this break. staying with us on the show today. Thank you. I've learned one or two things. I'm sure you have too. Now, forgiveness is something you do for yourself, not for the other person. The truth is, when we're surrounded by people, we definitely will have things that will make us just not want to forgive. Thinking about it, you too might offend somebody. Okay? So let's have it at the back of our minds that things will definitely happen. Now, unforgiveness has led to a lot of things. People have killed each other. You know, it brings this thing, you want to revenge. I don't even want to go into revenge today. That would be a topic for another day. But we have to learn how to just let go. For yourself, not even for the person who hurt you. For yourself, just think about it and you just say, okay. Now, we've said so many things and it looks like they're so simple. But if you give these words, we, she has said, just give it a second thought. You would understand that this is really, really important in our lives. Now put that person that hurt you in front of you. I'm not even talking about those that offended you. I started with the offenders, but that was not really where I was going to. Now you've been hurt. We might have to say the same thing over and over just for you to get it in, okay? So talking about those that have been offended. Now you can avoid it. Like she said, take some time off and just think about it and just heal. But there are some things you really can't take some time off. You can't take time off your husband. You can't take your children. They might hurt you. You can't just say, oh, in fact, for the next 3 months, I'm not your mommy or that. You can't take time off your boss, especially when you know he pays you very well. You can't avoid that kind of a situation. What do? Free yourself and move on. So once again, I'll be handing over to my guest to just tell us. She while we're discussing behind the scenes, she said it's really hard for her to really explain forgiveness because she's just someone who naturally just lets go. I'm like, wow, that is why you're here on the show. Really, because this topic is very sensitive to me, and I don't really mind talking to just one person. Okay, you need to learn how to easily let go, and I don't know how to teach you how to easily let go. But my guest here, she should know how to tell you how to just easily let go. It will help you. It will. She's married, so I'm sure her husband has gotten on her nerves, like so, and she's here smiling. So let before I take all the time, just tell us. I know you might have said some things before, but really just let's emphasize them. It has to go deep into somebody. Somebody has to just let go. So once again, we want you to tell us how to. We're not talking about the offenders right now. Those really hurt. So just imagine somebody knowing that somebody killed his father. His uncle was responsible for his father's death or something. So just let us know how to let go of this kind of situation and the benefits.
We need to take life easy. For me, I always say that life is not that serious. So there's no point holding on to things that will weigh me down or things that will make me stagnant. Because the truth is that if you don't forgive, you remain at a spot.
Yeah.
You're not able to achieve the things that you would have if, your mind was free. If I'm angry about something, maybe at home, I'm usually not productive.
Yeah.
I'm not able to, I bake cakes, so I'm not able to bake the cakes properly or, decorate properly. So it still boils down to being selfish. Think about yourself. Is it worth it? Okay, now I'm going to allow another person control my life, when I can actually do something about it. So forgive the person. It's not easy. I'm just saying it and it sounds like, okay, I'm making it sound like it's easy, but it's not easy. It's something you have to consciously do. Forgive the person for your own sake so that you can move on, so that you can feel better, and be able to do the things you want to do. And then there's some little things you can do to help you. If you love music, play a lot of music.
Okay.
Try to make yourself happy. Try to take your mind off the situation. And you'll see that after some time you'll feel better, and you will find it a little bit easier to, deal with. If you love to read books, read. If you love comedy, watch. Just do something you love doing. If you want to, okay, that's how you get away from a spouse. You may not actually pack your bag and leave the house, but you may get away by doing what you love to do by yourself. You may just need a me time, maybe in the bathroom, get into the bathroom, sing, or sing in a way that it doesn't seem like you're quarreling, you're quarreling, because that will make it worse. So basically, be selfish about it. Just know that you're doing it for you. And then you're doing it for a better relationship. The truth is that disagreements come up to make us better.
Yeah.
So whatever you can learn from the situation, learn from it, get better, and move on.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really,
Thank you
really
for having me.
appreciate it. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you. And till I come your way next week, remember, forgiveness is what you do for yourself, not for the other person. Let's just have a very peaceful, a very good, calm society, okay? And please meet that one who hurt you and just tell them, let them know it's okay. Move on with your life. Have a very lovely week. Bye.